that you reached, another startling fact, I don't want to say it's a conclusion, but a fact that you included in your report, and you correct me if I'm mischaracterizing what you wrote, but the Attorney General, even today, does not believe that a dead Border Patrol agent from an agency that he doesn't supervise, who is killed by a weapon as part of an investigation of an agency he does supervise, is something that should be brought to his attention. Does your report not include a paragraph that even today the Attorney General is not sure that this fact pattern should have been brought to his attention?
As we included in the report, excuse me, the Attorney General told us that it would not necessarily be something he would be expected to be notified of, and we're talking about not the death, because he was notified about the death, but about the fact that 2 firearms were found at the scene that were connected to Operation Fast and Furious.
Right, but Inspector General, you were a prosecutor, I was a prosecutor, others up here have been prosecutors. When you have a dead law enforcement officer, the next words out of your mouth are, I want to know everything there possibly is to know about how this happened. I don't just want to know what the autopsy says, I want to know how we got to this point. And which does speak to management, and it does speak to a duty to supervise. Not just a commonsensical duty. I want to ask you specifically about the Code of Professional Responsibility. Is there a duty to supervise for supervisory attorneys to supervise the work of those underneath them? Not a common law or a commonsensical obligation, but is there a Code of Professional Responsibility obligation to supervise?
I'm not sure I could speak directly to the Code of Professional Responsibility in that regard, because we were looking at, obviously, whether there were supervisory failures. We clearly found there was an obligation as part of the performance responsibilities of the agents and the prosecutors to supervise. And the failure to do that was a serious management failure in our estimation, in our view.